Hi, I'm Kyra from the Discovery Children's Museum, and today we're going to discover laser cutters. So what we have here is a laser cutter. A laser cutter is actually something that we call subtractive manufacturing. That means it cuts out pieces that we need from a given type of material. Right here, we're using it to cut out wood. Lasers also work because they are a type of radiation. The word laser itself is actually an acronym for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. So if you've never heard of that word radiation before, radiation is basically light. So there's actually lots of different types of light in the universe. Our eyes can see what's called the visible spectrum, which are the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, blue, green, indigo, and violet. Now there's actually a lot of other colors that we can't see. And those colors can range anywhere from gamma radiation, which is so small that it can blast through anything in the universe. On the other end, we have these really big, long radio waves that don't do a whole lot of damage, but we use them to listen to radios. Now, this laser is using infrared radiation. Infrared radiation is actually an invisible color right next to the color red in the rainbow. And another way to think of it is heat. So you know how you go out in the sun and it's really hot? That's because it's giving off infrared radiation. We can't see it, but we can feel it. So a laser takes a bunch of what we call wavelengths of light, and it takes all of the same kind, for instance, our infrared light here, and it's gonna line them up really tight together and get them all to move in what we call in phase. They're all moving together. And so when it gets like that, it becomes super powerful. So I don't know if you have a red light laser at home, but if your grown-ups ever told you never to shine that in your eye, that's because it's so bright it could blind you. Meanwhile, with our infrared laser here, it's so hot, it can burn through the wood instantly. It's actually vaporizing it, so you don't even see a flame, it just instantly turns into smoke. So now that we're done cutting out our Boxie Bot, let's get started on building it. So I've got like 10 pieces here or something like that, and I guess I gotta figure out how they're all gonna fit together to make our little Boxie Bot guy. So let's see, I've got these like 2 square pieces here. I think his head was squarish on top and his body was squarish on the bottom. So that's probably one for each. Let's take a look. I've got this part right here. Looks like it's only gonna fit on one side. So let's see. I've got, hey, that looks like it might fit. Yeah, totally. That's exactly where that's gonna go. Let's see what else we got. Boxie Bot has one antenna in the top of his head. So let's say that he's gonna need some eyes, and I'm looking for some eye pieces. None of those look like eyes. Oh, this one has 2 holes cut in it. That's probably gonna be the eyes. So we'll line that up on the top of the head. Well, I'm definitely not ready to put this box together yet. I still got some more parts to go. Let's see, his mouth moves. So he's gonna need some holes so that way a hinge can fit in. So I'm looking for some more holey pieces. Do you see some? Oh, there they are. Okay, so that's gonna go on the part with his feet. So feet piece has 2 holes on it, and I think it's gonna go one on each side. Kinda like that. All right, so I think we're making some good space. Now, this part, the jaw hinge, needs to have something that'll allow it to move. So I think I need to find a piece that's got like a little bit of a circle cut into it so that way there's room for it to fit. Let's take a look. Nope. Nope. Oh, there they are. There's 2 of them, one for each jaw, and that's gonna go on the head piece. So we're gonna put one on each side of the eyes, not like that, like that. Perfect. Okay, so I think each box now only needs 1 more piece. So let's take a look at what I've got here. So these guys are a little different from each other. This one's got these stick-outy parts. You know what? I think when the Boxie Bot was being cut out, we need a place for the hinge to fit through the hole so that way it can move. So I think that this one's gonna go on the headpiece. Just like that. And oh, this one has a name tag. Easy peasy. I probably could have done that one first. All right. I've assembled my box. Now let's see how they look if I fold them up. Yeah, it looks box-like, doesn't it? It's got a place for it to fit. So I'm just gonna start gluing them together. I'm gonna test out this one too. You always wanna make sure it fits before you start gluing, just in case you made a mistake. So, yeah, that's looking good. Let's glue it. Now, I don't know if you guys have used glue a whole lot before. This is a really sticky type of glue called tacky glue. However, since we're working with wood, if you have wood glue, that would also work as well. But this is what I got around, so I'm gonna work with this. So because we've got these like little notches for the Boxie Bot, we wanna put a piece of glue on each of those little notches so they can kind of lock together and hold the box in one piece. So, and I don't know if you've worked with glue before, but a dot is a lot. So all we're going to need is a little dot on each of these rectangles, except for my jaw hinge. I want to make sure that's not sticky at all, so that way it doesn't get stuck, because you don't want your Boxie Bot to have lockjaw. Lockjaw is a bad thing. Grown-ups can tell you that. And then for all these parts in the middle, I'm just going to do a straight skinny line across them. Otherwise, I'd have to do a little tiny dot on all of them. And I did not. I guess I had too much coffee today. I'm really shaky. Zigzag lines will do just as good. Get messy, make mistakes, right? I think one of my favorite orange-haired teachers said that. Making messes, but that's okay. I can always clean up the mess later. All right, so now I'm gonna start folding my pieces into a box. So I'm gonna start with two pieces that are kind of close to each other to make my corner first. So that way it's a little stronger. Pieces don't stand up well on their own. The corners are the strongest part of a room. So bring this piece up. And then this one. Tuck my corners together to make sure they all fit nice and tight. And now I've got the top of Boxie Bot's head. All right, now for his body piece. Again, start with a corner. Make sure it fits tight, and then bring up, I'm gonna bring up the front piece this time, because now we need to fit the two parts together so his mouth can open and close. And I've got this piece right here. That stick outy piece that we found before, that's gonna fit right inside his jaw hinge. Let's see. Kind of rest his mouth on top. Bring that up over the side. Wiggle, 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 till it fits in place. If it doesn't, I'll wiggle it some more. Ah, he's falling apart. Oh, nope, wait. We got him. Ta-da! Now we've got a Boxie Bot with his mouth that opens and closes. Now, he looks all fine and dandy, but he's kind of boring, isn't he? Does he look like a robot to you? I think we need to accessorize. So, I've got these parts that I made with some 3D printers. And if you don't know what a 3D printer is, that's okay. There's a lot of cool videos about 3D printers out there. I also did one of those videos. And we're gonna need some robot parts, some of these little babies, and one of these. I'll do blue. All right, so have you guys ever seen something like this before? Kind of looks like a unicorn horn. This is a screw. A screw is a simple machine. There's actually a lot of different simple machines, and basically they take one type of movement and turn it into something else. Thanks to this unicorn horn spiral, screws are able to take turning motion and turn it into backwards and forwards motion. And thanks to this, I'll be able to lock all of his body part pieces on. So let's see, I'm gonna start with his eyes. So we gotta open up his mouth, whack, and we're gonna put the screw through the inside, pop it through his eye hole, and then we're gonna take this part, his eye, and just twist it on. And see how when I twist it, it goes further on until it locks into place. We'll do the next one. we'll do this until we have a fully completed Boxie Bot. So some antennas next. Twist it onto the top. Does that look straight to you? And arms, because robots need arms so they can do jobs and stuff, right? All right, what's he missing? Feet, of course we need feet, yeah. So open him up, put a bolt on the inside. And this time I'm gonna keep his foot facing one direction and then twist it in from the inside. Oh, I forgot to mention, screws work with the principle righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So if you want a screw to get tight, you move it to the right, and then if you want it to get looser, you go left. Yay! He's all done! Look at that. Also, right now, his parts are still a little bit loose, so I've actually got this thing right here called a wrench. Have you heard of a wrench before? A wrench is also a type of simple machine. Only this type of simple machine is also known as a wheel and axle. So basically, it makes it so you can turn things a little easier. So I've actually got 2 wrenches on this little thing right here. This one goes to the top of his head or his feet piece. And I can use that to fit it over the top and lock it into place. And now it's not so wiggly anymore. Meanwhile, the side piece is good for his eyes and his arms because I can use the hexagon in there, fit it on top, and then crank it into the direction I want until his arm is also nice and still. So there's your Boxie Bot. I wonder what else we could do with Boxie Bots. Do you guys like werewolves? You know what? I like werewolves too. I think I've got a werewolf here. What would happen if a werewolf and a robot met? Do you think they'd get along? Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. I am robot. I have jobs to do. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Rah! What are you? I am werewolf. I'm hungry. I'm made of metal. You cannot eat me. But I'm hungry. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And come visit us at the museum. Rah! Bye.